Alright, what's going on, everybody? Plan today is to make a vise mount for my trailer here, and as a side effect, the way I'm doing it, be able to work on the truck too. Plan is put basically a receiver tube under the trailer and be able to make a mount. Goes on here, slide it in, have a nice sturdy vise to use for any repairs at the park or even work around here, whatever. So let's see how it goes. As far as placement on the trailer, that's going to be the tool area and generator spot. So somewhere on this side. Problem is with the steps here and the camper, it's not a lot of room in this area, and don't really want to put it there. Then you got the tires here, so the only opening is all the way back here. Been trying to figure out different ways to make a mount for the vise onto this hitch extender. Basically what that is, just came Harbor Freight, both pieces there. Like to use 3/16 1/4 inch plate, something like that, but everything I have over there is all thinner stuff. Thought about doubling up a piece, but that just sounds like more work than it's worth. So I'm going to make a little frame around it with angle iron. Different sizes here. The smallest stuff is nice because set it up there, it can swivel over it, so you still have your full range of movement, but don't have enough for the bolts there. So one size up still allows for that movement, but it's still kind of small for those bolts. So we're gonna go for this one, about 2 inch, I believe, and it gives enough room for the bolts here, but makes it a little tight for that, and then that's kind of just barely scraping. So probably throw some water or something under it, shim it up a little bit, and it'll work for that way. But if you flip it over, this is much lower, so we won't have full range of movement there, but we'll see. If that's an issue, then we'll find a new way to do it. I don't see it really being that much of an issue, because most of the time you'll probably use it that way around, or maybe sideways, or something along those lines. Like I said, other than the scrap metal, everything here came from Harbor Freight, so just there. 12-inch receiver tube, 12 inch, and 12-inch hitch extender, hitch pin, and the Central Forge 5-inch vise. Nothing fancy, just got an $85 vise, plus had a 20% off coupon, so yeah, it'll work for what I'm doing. I'm gonna try about 7.5 inches for this side, and then it's probably pretty much square. Oh, looking back about 7 for the other side. We'll cut a piece and see what it does. What I'm worried about this 7.5 inches is I want to cut that at 45, and my weld's going to be right underneath those bolts, and that'll be a pain to drill through. Might cut them a little bit longer. Yeah, the 8.5 gives me a little more room to do what I need to do there. And then still not sure how long the back piece is going to need to be, but cut the other 8.5 and kind of eyeball it better. toying with it for a little bit. I think that's about where I want it. So to give room for 45 to come in and then have the bolt right below it instead of trying to drill through all that weld. I'm debating about leaving the front open because that'll allow you to pivot this freely without worrying about it hitting on the front. May just put a little piece of plate or something there just to tie it together, but leave it open. I don't know. I think what we'll do for now is cut the 45s and get that all welded together, and then decide about the front after that. Using the vise to make a mount for the vise. Stay. It's not exactly critical what I'm doing here, so apart my angle, I'm just kind of basically making my soapstone into a straight edge. Close enough. Don't have to go get a square or anything for this. Alright, about ready to start tacking this thing up. I'm just gonna kind of stick this piece up here for now to tack it to it, keep it all square. Make everything prepped, a little bevel on it all. We're not going to talk about that cut there. Getting these all ready to hold everything square here, but this one's already been cleaned. Oh. Yeah, make sure you kill this fine powder off here because that'll get in the way and block it from being square. Alright, got this all welded together here. Not perfect, but it's good enough for what it is. I think I decided I am going to put a piece in here because I'm going to want to weld that to the receiver part. Get a little more support. So cut out a piece, just going to go right between there and leave the front open still for the vise rotation. Well, there goes my tripod. Well, thing just broke off there on me. Anyway, I'm going to cut this along here and use this. I'll be using this piece of flat bar, but I want to save that for brackets and whatnot. So just cut that down, slap it in there, and should be good to go. I also need to cut my angles. This is a miscut piece, so it's crap anyway. That fits in there pretty good. Clean it up, put a little bevel on it, and slip it in there. Kept it labeled with the L and R there. Fits a lot better that way than it does that way. Very consistent. Anyway, let's just get that welded up in there and be ready to drill some holes. I'm doing the best I can with your camera angle since the tripod broke on me. You have to make do with what you got. As always, so close to the end that things decide to come apart on you. Now I gotta pull all that wire out of there and start again. Luckily I still got a decent bit left, but not all much of that flux core left. So, oh well, is what it is. Actually had a little spool of this wire, just like this, sitting on the trailer. Been up there for a long time. I didn't even realize that it rode all the way to South Carolina and back, and over to Alabama and back. Don't know how it stayed there, but it did. Just gotta, I'm gonna get a new liner for this gun soon. I think that's what's causing the wires to get stuck in here and then break. Come on, go through there. There it goes. I'm going to bring that back down. That back on some tension. That's about what I've been using. And I fire back up and let it pull through. Might could set that a little tighter too. It's holding this good. Ta-da! Back in action. I'm going to put a new tip on this while I'm here. I don't know if you can see, but these are both the same tips here. Oh, focus. Well, you can't really tell, but anyway, they're both 030 tips. That one's still nice and round. This one's kind of oblong a little bit. Why is it not focused? But I'm gonna put that on there too, see if that helps it out. Something's wrong here. That worked out almost too well. All the bolt holes are off of the welds. It fits in pretty snugly. And then we got room here. Well, if I tighten that down, I did. Got room here to spin it all around. Sweet. So mainly you'll probably be working with the ORIs and kind of this orientation, or mainly that orientation, to be honest. But yeah, and if you need to rotate it, you got room to rotate. Well, we need to space it up a little bit, but then you'll have room to rotate it that way too. if you wanted to. So, sweet. I don't know why I just thought of this. I can just do it this way, because that'll sit. I may have to run that down a little bit, or it'll probably be easier to cut a notch out in there. Let me think about this. Alright, I got a plan here. Flip this over. I'm going to notch that part out so this can sit flush with it. And then I'll be able to weld along the sides here too, get that extra support. And I'll be able to do whatever you want to with the vise. Doesn't matter orientation at that point. So, yeah. I'll finish welding this out and kind of clean that up a little bit. Make it look pretty. It'll hold how it is, but might as well make it a little better. So, yeah, that'll work. There we go. You're upside down for a second. But yeah, pretty much like this. Still have to clean it up a little bit. Something about like that. I can just kind of weld right along there. That'll pretty much triple my contact area there. Well, not quite triple, because it would have been all I can still do there. Anyway, yeah, that'll work. So make these look pretty, but my battery died, so I have to grab another one. This is supposed to be dripping fuel there. I'm sure it's fine. The reason I'm doing my welding over here, I don't know if I told it or not, but I got a nice place to ground to, and not burning the wood deck. Plus, this is still not level, but it's flat, and that's really all I need right now, something flat. This wood, you know, it's got highs and lows. And all right, just gotta measure, make sure we're kind of centered up. 2 1/8, 2 1/8, 2 1/4, 2 1/8. So we'll let that slide. It's not perfectly square, but it's good enough for what it's for here. So we'll weld that up. I already got it cleaned up all around and on the sides, so it's hard to see, but I cleaned up on the sides a little bit too, so should be good. All right, got that all welded up. Did pretty good for a little 110 volt welder. Need a little touch-up work on that side, but then I got these back ground flat on top, so the vise sits nice and level. Next thing to do, really, just to put the tube there onto the actual trailer. And I'm gonna have to, got one more thing to do before I put that on there, because the way this is gonna sit, grab the piece here. We'll sit, where are we at? I'll be on this one, and I want to be able to weld it to that support there, but if it sit flush up here, it sits low back there. So I'm going to take just a scrap piece of rectangular tube in here, slap it to the top towards the back, and that'll level it out so it'll sit flush. You'll see, but I already checked it. That pretty much works out perfect. So I'll weld this to there first, then stick it up there and weld it all in one go. Definitely need to make sure the welds are good on this piece and where it attaches to the frame, because really none of this matters if this just pulls right off. So got that nice and prepped. Might touch it up just a hair more. Got this side prepped all around, so should be good. Since it's got kind of dialed in with those welds, welder should be set up to put down some nice beads. Got that all welded together. Turned out pretty good. If this thing fails, I don't think it'll be the fault of this weld. Pretty good all around. Got that pretty much where I want it on there. Should be good. Center punch them all and then drill it out. I'm gonna have to get some bolts. I don't have bolts yet for it, but we'll get this part done today, paint it, and then throw some bolts in it later. Just getting the underside prepped here to mount that on there. Of course I'm in mud here, but Trail 16 Windrock picked up this little piece of trash on the trails, and perfect to sit on, not be in the mud. But yeah, trying to mount it up to this support there. See how that works? Nice and flush, works out great. So I just need to mop that, clean up the top side, and then should be good to weld it up. Of course, the last battery's starting to die on me. Hopefully the first one's about charged by now. But yeah, we're almost there. First battery's recharged, and that's good because it's showing, oh, there it goes. Rain starting in 15 or 17 minutes here. Clouds are getting dark and wind's picking up, so we gotta hurry. So I have to put up all this stuff still. This is gonna be fun to hold and weld at the same time. Try to get you all camera angle, but I can't guarantee anything. Of course. Alright, let's try this again. I really think it's going to be a race against time today, but it's starting out to be. Into place. Let's figure out how to finish welding this thing. Ain't light. Alright, just finished up the last weld on there. And not a moment too soon because it's raining now. So I gotta rush put all this stuff up. But I'm glad I got it done. I don't have to get it all back out again. So I got the vise mat up here by the drill press. I'm gonna drill these 3 holes in it real quick. It's been a week since the last clip you've seen. And since then all I've done is just hit it with a coat of primer to keep it from rusting too much. But I want to get the holes drilled first and then paint it so that way the holes don't rust. In that time, the last week here, we've had a bunch of stuff going on. Been super busy at work, and tornado came through and knocked us down for a couple days here, but we're going again, so we can get this project wrapped up. And we got power back now, but no internet yet, so hopefully get that back soon so I can get this video out to you guys. Alright, got all 3 holes drilled there. So we'll take it down and hit it with some paint. And once that dries, we'll be able to slap it all together. Part of me likes this primer gray here, but I think it'll look better if it actually matches the trailer. So let's hit it with some plain old black here. It's an old can, so it's not really spraying too well, but I shook it up good. Probably give it a couple coats. While I'm out here already painting the vise mount, here I go ahead and tear these stairs apart, and paint was rusting on them, so you have to excuse the chainsaw noise. Like I said, they're cutting down trees. So here's kind of the finished product here. So I can rotate it around, flip it over. I got just enough clearance back here, so all worked out pretty good. It's just a hitch pin, on or off, so easily can take it out. A little heavy for one-handed, but yeah, pretty happy with it. Well, it was getting dark out there, so I've had to wrap the video up in here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm really looking forward to using that vise mount. It's going to be very handy at parks or even here at the house. I don't have a good place down at the house to mount a vise. If you're looking forward to, or if you enjoyed that build process, you're looking forward to more, I got that CJ build coming up, got the TJ I need to do some work on. So it's going to be some cool stuff coming to the channel here, I think. But I'm still looking for name suggestions for that green CJ. So if you have any, drop them in the comments below. And let me know what you're looking forward to seeing most. Because I'm excited about the upcoming videos here, but just need some good weather and time to work on them. That's what's not so good about not having a garage here, but we'll make do. So anyway, you have a good one.